So guys, it's getting kind of dark, but I figured I'd do a short video. Bought a Cub Cadet 126. I don't know what year it is yet, but fairly complete. I got a lot of parts in the truck, like the gas tank, etc. So will be vids to come on this later. Has headlights too, standard shift. I know either the transmission or the clutch is messed up. One low tire, it's missing a seat, but otherwise seems okay. I've heard it run before, so later guys. So in the shop here, we have another 12 horsepower motor with the coil and everything on. I got another, I have the carb and air cleaner. I have the gas tank. There's some starter generators. There's the tin for the motor on the tractor and the clutch cover and the muffler for that motor. And now I'll go out to the tractor. I'm getting gas cans before work here. Alrighty guys, so here it is in the daylight. A 126 Cub Cadet. I don't know the year on it. It's on my list of things. Battery compartment, lacking cables. So is the amp gauge. Choke's there, but probably doesn't work. Throttle might work. I know this thing was pretty rusty when the guy I got it from got it, and there's still a good bit of a mouse nest in there. So, but still has the headlights. Oh no, I guess the battery goes up here. So what the heck goes in the back? I'm gonna have to look around at some of this stuff because I'm not familiar enough with Cubs. A Cub buddy of mine told me that 126s are actually kind of sought after, if not kind of rare. I know the clutch is like pretty much seized on this thing, and it's like the clutch discs are messed up maybe. So I don't know. It's gonna take some work. This rear fender's bent back here. It's actually touching the tire. It won't roll the way it is, but anyhow, I'm gonna see if I can't get a picture of the numbers, and I'll figure out what year it is after work, or at work. So anyhow, later guys. Doing some work. Wait till the heater shuts off and I'll get tugged back in place here.
Egad, what'd he do? Fall and hit his head again? There's all kinds of yellow and white stuff in here. What the hell is going on? I heard white stuff outside, but yellow and white? I don't know, they must be weird looking Graveleys. We'll get back to your regularly scheduled programming after this project. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I don't know what he's doing. He's even walking the wrong side. Turn the camera off. I don't know.
So guys, now hopefully that I've shot the funny intro. Pretty much, I've always wanted to own / buy a standard Cub Cadet. I really haven't had a particular version of what I've wanted to own. And after putzing around with this Cub Cadet 71 here for the tractor club, and there's a 1200 Cub Cadet out back that is a friend of mine and the tractor club president's tractor, kind of had a renewed vigor for a standard Cub Cadet. A friend of mine and a co-worker owned this. Prior to this, I mentioned to him the other day I was interested in finding a standard shift Cub Cadet, and about 2 days later he mentioned that he was thinking about selling this. I made him an offer, and I think, as most of you guys know how that goes, the rest is history. Now this tractor here it's probably a good tractor for me because I found out 126s are kind of sought after. And this tractor actually came out of a swamp, is what I was told. So everything on it's pretty rusty. It won't even roll in here. I don't know if it's because the brakes are stuck on or what. But neither wheel will turn. So I'm going to look into that. And I think this was already creased like this a little bit. But whenever I unloaded it with the Ford, and I think I only have a picture of that. I didn't take any video. It was too effing cold that night. Yeah. This is in here. So, alright guys. So, hopefully tomorrow night I'll dig into getting this thing running. And right now, I think I'm going to go inside. And happy I got this thing in here. Because what a pain this thing is to move without being able to roll. I tell you. Jeez. So, anyhow. Later guys. Alrighty guys, so the first thing I've done here is I've popped the hood open and I dug the mouse nest out of this, which I swore my buddy had done that, but it's probably been about a year or so since he has been puttering with this thing. So step one I'm going to look into is why doesn't this thing roll, and looking down here at the brakes are very rusty, so what I'm going to do is hold a little bit of tension on there with my hand, and I'm just going to give them a tap and see what happens. And I'm going to go from there, because neither side turns at all. So, before I go and play with anything, I'm going to give that a try and see what happens. Because I swear the tractor's been sitting over there for a year plus, but I could be wrong. So, maybe I'll get the tripod out and you guys can watch my success or failure. But I really feel it's the brakes is why it won't roll. Although the clutch linkage and everything's stuck in this too, don't get me wrong. But first steps first, we get it to roll. Then we'll get it to run. Then once we get it to run, we'll see if we can get the clutch to work. The clutch might loosen up. It starts working here. I might start hitting a new can of PB Blaster there and start hitting some things. Just see if we can't get some things loosened up. Like the choke cable. It'd be nice if this PTO worked. If this PTO worked, I might put a power deck on it or something. Unless it does. Oh, unless it's stuck in gauge. I gotta look at all that stuff. This is Cub Cadets. It's around color antiques. So anyhow, back to the bricks. See if we can't get this baby to roll. Once I get it to roll, I will go from there, guys. So be right back. So I'm going to try this far side first and just see what happens. I could put it in gear and try and crank it over, but she is solid, guys. Seems to make an awful good tin sound. I really don't want to pound on that. So. Alright, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to get a breaker bar or something and I'll put on one of the lug nuts, kind of stand on it and then tap on the axle at the same time and just see what I can get to happen here. The other thing I might be able to do is catch a lug of the tire with the jack and see if hammering on it while I'm doing that would be enough. So, yeah, let me give that a try once. Hold on. Okay, I think you guys can see how that's precariously perched. So, we know if the wheel rolls, I got it. Alright. Let me make sure this clutch pretty much the whole way up against the clutch stop. get a good swing at it to do anything. I'm gonna have to take the rear fenders off, guys. I mean, I guess I could just try and take the brakes off, but that'd be too easy, you know. Well, it's always plan B. We just try and put the motor in gear and crank it once and see what happens. Or put the motor in gear, yeah. Put the transmission in gear while I try to crank the motor. Might not be a bad idea. I haven't even made sure this thing turns over, to be honest with you. Alright guys, so I didn't even put any power to this thing, but I started monkeying with it. If you try and crank it over while it's in any other gear but reverse, so that tells me it's stuck in reverse. You see, right now it should be in neutral. And the left-hand wheel's turning. I think I'm spinning this right direction. I don't remember. Here's the other thing I want to see. I want to see if the right-hand wheel will turn. Trick is this. It'll drop into another gear, but then it won't turn over. So I think what I need to do, I'm going to have to pull the rear seat pan off of this, and I'm going to pull the shifter out and just make sure that the fork isn't bent or broke. Buddy of mine told me it's common for the first and reverse clutch fork to either break or bend, from what he told me. And he is my Cub Cadet expert. You know how that goes. So, okay, I'm going to take a while here, unbolt the rear fenders and everything. And I'm going to go from there, guys, because if I can't run it and drive it, and also if I can't start it without it going out through the side of my building, that's a problem, guys. But that was basically the point the buddy of mine got to with this. He knew it had transmission problems, and at that point he kind of stopped. So I'm gonna pick up on that saga. So there's bolts up there. I think most of the bolts are really down here. Either down here or back here. It's been a while. My 129, I never really had to have it apart, but a whole bunch of nuts and bolts in there. So I'll have to clean all that crap out, and then I'll get back to you guys. Cool. Hit my head on that ladder. Alrighty, guys. Think I'm ready to pull the seat pan off of this thing. All I can tell you, the back 4 bolts came out easy. The front 6, what a pain in the... They're all out. A couple of them I'm going to have to deal with here, but... So, see what's behind door number 1. Nothing too scary looking. I don't have a place to go with the seat pan, though. Ah, didn't think this through. I moved the jack or something. Alright. can kind of tell like something's going on there. Alright, well, got the seat pan off, and it's 7:52 at night, and I have a TV show I want to watch at 8 o'clock, so tomorrow night. Can you guys see that? There's a damn mouse in the motor. Son of a beach. Okay, anyhow, so I'm going to go in and watch that TV show. I'd kind of like to take this shift plate off and see what's going on, but I don't know. If I can find a 1/2-inch socket real quick, I'll buzz these off. If not, it'll be tomorrow night. So, later guys. Okay, made the executive decision. I'm going to risk the biscuit. If I miss the first couple of minutes of my TV show, guess what? I missed the first couple minutes of my TV show then. I need an extension. Oh! Oh, I'm missing more than a couple minutes. Hopefully these aren't too tight. One. And washers. Let's go. Here's some kind of washer. Two. This is when I get them off and then the cover won't come off anyhow. 3. 4. 5. 6. What you guys think? Carnage? Ooh, somebody's had this off before. Red gasket maker. 7. Looks like 8 bolts if I can count. I can already smell that gear oil smell. So what do you guys think? Carnage? Stuck fork? Shifter messed up? I don't know. So I would say, for that to be in the center, I think, hold on, I need the screwdriver, it's underneath the head. Yeah, I think what it is, this shift fork over here is bent. Yeah, check that out. It'll probably work now. Alright, let me get you guys off the tripod. So I don't know if you guys can see, but see this the shift fork right here that I'm pointing out with the screwdriver? To me, that looks bent compared to this one over here. So, I'm wondering if that ain't my problem. So, I'm going to take a couple pictures of this and then I'll get back to this tomorrow night. Just want to take it apart and see if I should be expecting to find a Cub Cadet transmission or not. So, later guys.